Hey guys, William here. Today with another review, and we're having a look at Nexus 7 cases this time. To your left will be the Poetic Slimline Profolio case, and to your right is the Bluerex Ultra Slim case. So I'm mainly going to be talking about the differences between these two cases because I actually already owned the Bluerex case for quite a while, and I just recently bought the Poetic case, so I just want to share what I feel the difference is and some of the stuff that you may want to know as a potential buyer for both of these cases. I have done review for the Bluerex Ultra Slim case, so be sure to check out my channel for that. So without further ado, let's get you started. We can see that they're both pretty much similar looking because they're from Nexus 7. They both provide full accessibility to the port, so as you can see here, the ports are fully accessed. You have your power USB charge bar, you got your sound jacks, and you got all your buttons here that's available. These are all Nexus 7 default buttons. So everything is fully accessible. And that's pretty much the same deal with the Bluerex case, because you can see that there's a lot of cutout here, cut up grill here, cut up over here, and the buttons are just totally accessible on the side. In terms of physical differences, however, the Bluerex case, because of the design, it's slightly thicker around the edges, and that's because it is using a clamp design. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 clamp points will stand out when you close the case. So if you see over here, it does protrude out slightly on the cases, but not a big deal. What else? As well, the cover for the Bluerex case is obviously a little bit more padded. It actually functions as two things. One is provide screen protection, and the other is provide grooves, because you could set your Nexus 7 into these grooves for different viewing angles. Now, for the Poetic ones here, it's pretty much like the iPad smart cover, and in the sense that it's actually very thin. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I bought this case, because of really thin form factors. So that's very nice. And another subtle difference is the way the covers closes. So as you can see, the Poetic ones actually included magnets on the edges here, so you can close your case snugly. Now on the Bluerex case, and that was one of my biggest grip with this case, was because they used a little clamp here to close the case, and this clamp is actually not exactly the easiest thing to open. It usually takes a lot of effort to physically open it, and I fear that in the process I may damage the unit or may let the screen loose. So that's one of the main reasons I decided to switch to the Poetic case. Aside from that, the Poetic case offers a more snuggle fit, because you can see here that it's pretty much hard plastic construction, and Nexus 7 just fits right in the center here. So no problem there. The edges are all hard plastics, so it forms perfectly. This whole back here, actually this whole back case here, apart from the smart cover, this whole thing is made of hard plastic, and they put synthetic leather overlay under it, so they just glue it together. And that's the same story with the felt on this inside, which I will show you in a bit. Now let's have a look at the Bluerex thing here. Now another difference is that the Poetic cases offers more protection for the ports. As you can see, there's more port covered than the Bluerex case, because essentially they are exposed. So this is probably more prone to damages if you were to leave it in your bag, or something was a little bit dusty or sandy, you might get in more easily into the Bluerex case than the Poetic case. Let's see what else. We talked about the mechanism already, but I'm going to show you the inside. So I'm going to take it off, and you can actually see how difficult it is to take it off, or to take Nexus 7 off the Poetic case because of its snug fit. So just bear with me while I try to pry this off again. So you're going to hold one corner here, and you got to really hold the other corner to push it out. So voila. So let's have a look at the Poetic case interior. So as I said before, this whole bottom piece is made of hard plastic. So in essence, they just apply a layer of soft felt over it, and this is the result here. So in terms of the felt, the Poetic case offers a slightly finer feel than the Bluerex case. It feels more velvety than the Bluerex. Definitely a lot softer. However, here, or as you can see here, different attachment mechanisms can also become a concern. So what I just demonstrated was the Poetic case, and it was pretty hard to take off. So my concern for this case would be the longevity of the hard plastic. So over time, the plastic may become brittle and may break easily. As well, because the edges are pretty sharp, I am concerned that it will damage my Nexus 7 over time. So I will probably not be taking it out of the case anytime soon. And as well, because it's such a snuggle fit, the hard plastic surface will make contact with the metal. So over time, I don't know if the Nexus 7, I don't know if this is pre-coated or not. It may wear away at some of the metal coatings. So that's my concern. Now for the Bluerex, this concern is less, or it's lesser of a concern, because the clamps around it are pretty much all covered with velvety materials as well. So that kind of minimize the damage, so to speak. As well, these grooves don't actually hold onto the device that snugly than the Profolio case. So I don't think I should do any damage to the body, and I actually haven't observed any from using this case for half a year, I think. So I used this case for half a year, and I have not noticed any damage whatsoever. Now we will see if that's the same story with the Profolio case. One of the main reasons I chose to buy the Profolio case was because of the way it folds, and also because it's actually lighter than the Bluerex case. You see that when you fold over the Profolio case, the footprint becomes just like that. Whereas if you were to fold over the Bluerex tablets, and say for example you're reading in a portrait mode, you see that it's like pretty much the same, except this clamp here really sticks out, and it really kind of disrupts the holding when you're trying to hold something, and this thing kind of cuts and gets in the way. Kind of irks me over time. So that's why I decided I'm gonna try to find another better solution for it, and that's where I discovered the Profolio case. So hopefully that will suit my need, and perhaps I'll give it another review after 6 months to see how it's lasting. So in terms of preferences, because I mainly use the Nexus 7 to do light readings, so the Profolio case is perfect for me. I don't really intend to take this out that much, so the Nexus 7 is mostly at home, so I'm not too concerned about drops. If you were to drop the Nexus 7 with both of these cases, I would imagine the Profolio cases will be damaged more substantially because of the hard plastic. As well, because it's a hard plastic, it may not absorb the damage as readily as, say, the Bluerex will. Keeping in mind that they're both really slim cases, so they're definitely not designed to withstand the impact to the ground. So you do want to be careful if you're using these cases. And with that being said, I think that pretty much concludes my review. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And once again, this is William. Thank you for watching.